Hey everyone, welcome back to Tynan's Volkswagen. My name is Andrew Miller, your resident Volkswagen expert, and I have a surprise for you today. That's right, this is an ID.4. We have it here on our showroom floor, available to demo, so you guys can take a closer look. We'll have this for a few months. In the meantime, let's go over some of the features on this vehicle. We'll start with some of the things we know and love about VW. For starters, you know that keyless entry that unlocks the doors, rolls up the windows, all of those amazing features, still on the ID.4 of course, except now we're a nice flush handle. You still have that little one-touch button there to lock the doors. Reach in now, it clicks, you open the door, no problem. Those door hinges that we know and love that gives us the durability, the longevity of the Volkswagen, of course, you still have those heavy gauge door hinges and can get the full 400 pounds of weight on the doors just like anything Volkswagen. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of changes with this guy. If we come back here, one of the things I'm especially fond of is that we still have a ton of room in the back. We still have the programmable lift gate on select models. But now, a little bit different, if you go underneath here, now we've got our charger stores right there. There's an additional little storage capacity there for pretty much whatever your safety, first aid kit and whatnot, but that's where your charger goes as well. Now, if we take a look around to the other side, I do want to point out you are full LED all the way around here and in the front. LEDs, of course, the future of the lighting, lasts longer, it has a brighter light that it gives off. So of course, gorgeous rims on the ID.4, but let's move on to the front end. As I mentioned, you've got full LED. The ID.4 specifically has a very special lighting on select models. That little like eyeball in there, that's your adaptive lighting. So when you turn left, they turn left. When you turn right, you turn right. Now we here in Colorado, of course, that's super helpful for us because of all the mountain driving we do around all those winding roads and everything. If you've ever driven there in the snow, in a fog, these, you know, are a huge help. So that's enough on the outside. Let's move on to the inside. We'll take a closer look at some of the big differences between electric and your classic Volkswagen. Now, one of the first things I want to show you guys, they did some advancements on the actual buttons here, the tactile feel of the buttons. So if you want your child locks on the door, it's a simple lay your finger on it and it lights up. You don't push, you just set your finger, it feels the touch and you're good. Same thing over here for your headlights, and you can see they put both defrost features right there at your fingertips. You just lightly touch and it's on, lightly touch and it's on, just like that. I absolutely love that. That is the future of buttons right there. Let's climb in. So one of the first things on the inside you can tell is the ambient lighting. Obviously right now we've got an awesome purple setup going on. I want to show you how much effort they put into this. You see this right here? See how it's different levels? So I can select one and now I've got purple on the front and a light blue on the right hand side. Right now it's trying to connect to my phone. So if I want to switch that up, let's change that purple to a green. And we'll change this. It says it's not available. We'll make sure this is on. Oh, okay, so that's why. So the car was not actually on. The electrical is on, is kind of in an accessory mode. So now if we go to the ambient lighting, now you can see how it's all green here. And then I don't know if you can see, it's blue down here, blue in the doors. So you can kind of play around with whatever you prefer. Now this just changed to green as well down here. So lots of functionality there. I kind of love it. There's also a mood setting. You can see infinity, eternity, desire. Ooh, fancy. So you can select a mood and it'll change the lighting now accordingly. This is all yellow here. I've got red down here. Right? I absolutely love that. That's going to make customizing a lot more fun in your vehicle. Right? So if we go to the home screen, notice this is kind of like a smartphone put on its side. You've got a home button, so you select the home button, takes you to your various home screens, right? Now these, just like on your phone, you can press and hold and move them around, right? So you can put them wherever you want them. If there's things that you use all the time, like your App Connect, I mean, how many of us actually use our phone when we're using the App Connect? Not too many. If you're always on the App Connect, you might just slide that right there as your priority. right? So lots of versatility. They've kind of brought the future of smartphones onto the vehicle itself. Now, down here, they've made it very, very easy to access some of the more common things. If you want to see your assist features, again, you just simply light touch. You don't have to push, just a light touch. And it brings up a demonstration of some of the assist features. You can select your menu here, turn off and on various features if you like the lane keeping, if you don't like the lane keeping. That's all readily available at your fingertips. Very easy right there. Your modes now. You have the button right there, easy access. You have a sport mode, you have your custom, you've got your comfort, you've got your eco. And then of course, touching this button also rotates through those. So just like normal Volkswagens, except now it's all right here. Keep it all centered here. Your eyes are always here, right? I do want to show you in the mode window how you can customize each and see each one. Of course, this is all touch screen, so if you want to go to the custom, you can select whichever you prefer, right? And then again, hit the X, takes us right back to our main menu here. Down here, your climate control, light touch, you don't have to push. Again, I absolutely love this window now, much easier than constantly looking down. Notice also where this is positioned, your eyes are still here. Even if you're looking here, you saw peripherals here instead of looking down. I love that. As far as the future of safety and blending technology in with a car, I absolutely love it. You've got your defrost, you've got where the air is blowing from, it's all readily available right there. You also now have the smart climate feature. Now look what it says, warm your feet, cool your feet, clear your view. All of these things, if you don't want to go into the complicated where's the air blowing from, this simplifies everything. If you're like, hey, my feet are warm, I want to hit that cool feet thing, let the car do the thinking for you, right? I absolutely love it. Now, there's something else on this that I want to demonstrate to you guys that I think is incredibly clever of Volkswagen. ID.4, hello ID.4. Take a look what happens up here.
Have been censored because I only heard a beep.
Thank you, ID.4. So when you're talking, it knows exactly where you're sitting, and we'll demonstrate in the passenger seat later. It knows exactly where you're sitting. So I can say, hello ID, turn on my heated seat.
All right.
And just like that, she turned it on. Now I can use my finger to do this, right? And turn on and off my heated seat. But when you're driving, if you are moving, it's so much easier to just simply say, hello ID, I want ice cream.
Search for ice cream in the vicinity. Please select a POI from the list.
Simple as that. And you can tell her which one. You can say, oh, go to the Dairy Queen or go to Baskin Robbins, and she'll begin navigation right to those locations, right? So now I want to bring your attention to the steering wheel because there's a lot going on here. So the buttons, of course, very familiar. As I mentioned before, you've got a lot of the same classic Volkswagen stuff that we're used to, but now it's a very different system. You can swipe instead of click. And just like the other buttons, it's a light touch. Now these ones do have some tactile press to them, because if you're not looking at a button, what you want to make sure you do, of course, while I'm demonstrating this, I bump everything. What you want to make sure to do if you're paying attention to the road is you want to feel that button actually functioning. That's something that a lot of us video gamers are familiar with. You want to feel a button being pushed when you're not looking. You still have your driver's assist features, your adaptive cruise control, all of that very familiar. Wiper is all the same. Your wiper blades, your washer fluid and all that, all the same. Your blinker, all the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now if we come up to this guy, you've probably been looking at this entire video, looking at this right here, wondering what's going on. Obviously, with an EV, you don't need all the mechanical stuff, so they were able to save a ton of room back here, right? You can actually reach around behind. That's gonna make cleaning a lot easier, just saying. And so they put everything on this little mount on the steering column. This is your gear shift lever. A simple push or pull takes you from your drive to your neutral to your reverse. The button on the side is your park. I like that a lot. but that's because my first car was a 72 Cutlass and I miss having that lever here. So having it here again brings it home for me. I absolutely love that. Up here we've got lots of customization. It's very simple and to the point. Notice we can see our speed limit up here. Your camera up here, connected with your GPS, is going to see speed limit signs, sometimes construction signs, school zone signs, anything that's been there long enough where a GPS would have it on their records will be able to appear up here. You can see we're in park. You can see my seatbelt's unbuckled. Everything is right there for you, including your driver's assist. This particular screen here being your adaptive cruise control. I love how simple that is, and putting it on the steering column solves a huge problem that some of you may have already noticed. If I move the steering wheel at all, it moves with the steering wheel. So no more moving your steering wheel and blocking half of your view. It stays right there when you move the steering wheel. I absolutely love that. So now one of the other things, obviously we're going through a lot here, but one of the other things I wanted to point out to you is this key fob. I mean, obviously it's gorgeous, but they added the same sort of tactile buttons that you have on your steering wheel. It's the same system now on your key fob, which does wonders for preventing you from accidentally hitting buttons because of the feel of the buttons and the pressure behind them, the pressure required to press them. I want to direct your attention now down here. So obviously our column here is very different than what it used to be. You've got your cup holders, there's lots of functionality here, taking things in and out, readjusting things however you like, whatever works best for your lifestyle. But down here, this is where our phone charger is now. So instead of shoving your phone into some location that's uncomfortable or trying to mount your phone into something that blocks the view, you literally just toss your phone down here, it immediately starts charging. You are going to be wireless on all of your connectivity, your Bluetooth, your App Connect, including Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. All of it will be wireless, but you can see we still have USB-C ports down here. You also, in the first edition, have USB ports in the back here as well, so anyone sitting in the back wants to charge, they have that available to them. So there's obviously a ton more we can go over in this car, but we'll save that for another day. I hope you like what we've gone over here. What I want to know is if you guys have any questions. Did you see anything you want me to go a little bit more in depth on? How do you feel? Tell me your reactions, let me know, and we'll go over that. As promised though, I do want to demonstrate what it does in the passenger side, as I noted about the voice recognition. So let me get out and get to the other side. Hello ID. Oh, make sure it's on first. Hello ID. I need coffee. Notice she heard me on this side. That will work for your heated seats as well. Notice earlier when I used the voice recognition and said to turn on my heated seat, I didn't say what side. I said turn on my heated seat. No matter what side you're on, she picks up your voice and can change things accordingly. Now, you notice when I got out, because it felt there was no weight on the driver's side, it's a stationary vehicle, you do not actually need to push the start button in this car to turn it on and off. You simply get out of the car and it knows it's off. Thanks again, guys. As always, let me know if you've got more questions. I'll be here and we'll explore. We've got this car until probably August, September, so we've got plenty of time to explore. Come on in. I want you guys to take a closer look at the vehicle for yourselves. I really want you to get a feel for it so that we can know in person what your first reactions are. Thanks again. I'm Andrew Miller. We'll see ya.